The Copa America quarterfinal field is set. Brazil taking on Paraguay, Venezuela and Argentina, Colombia play Chile, and Uruguay will wrap things up against Peru. Brazil still prohibitive favourites to win the trophy on home soil, 11-10. Uruguay second and Argentina third, 11-2. When you look at what's happened to Brazil in recent Copa Americas, well, in 2015 and 2011, both of those journeys ended at the quarterfinal stage against, Paraguay. Both of them by means of a penalty shootout. Let's bring in Gab Marcotti, who is literally on his way to Brazil tomorrow. Gab, we'll start your preview of those quarterfinals with the host nation. Some painful memories there against Paraguay, but they've got their swagger back now, haven't they?
They do. That win over Peru, I think, gave them a lot back. They realized they've got other guys who can pick up the scoring load, whether it's Gabriel Jesus, whether it's Everton, whether it's Willian, who came off the bench and scored a great goal. To this issue with Roberto Firmino, perhaps not converting chances, not quite as big as some has feared. He does a lot of other useful things on the pitch. But yeah, there is that bit of a Paraguay hex. What I would say is this Paraguay team somewhat different in the way they approach the game relative to past editions.
Yeah, they certainly scraped through, didn't they, on goal difference, just edging out Japan. Let's move on to the following day, and then Argentina against Venezuela. That's at the Maracanã, a bit of a house of horrors for Argentina, where they lost the 2014 World Cup final. Are they going to get it together?
You know, on paper, I think they should, in the sense that, they were able to hit the reset button by advancing. You have some semblance of a team and what looks like a team with Lautaro Martinez and his energy, perhaps teaming up with Agüero and Messi, maybe free to roam a little bit. They've got people who can play in midfield as well, in Lo Celso and De Paul and Paredes. I think what needs to happen, though, is Scaloni has to show some confidence in himself and in his players, not go and make the usual changes. Venezuela, though, not to be trifled with. This is a lot stronger team than in past eras. Rondon is a legitimate physical threat. They've got good defenders as well. So put it together, you could see Venezuela sort of hunkering down and trying to rattle Argentina, maybe nicking something at the other end. So they have to stay vigilant.
Yeah, they actually beat Argentina as recently as March, didn't they, in that friendly in Madrid. The second game on Friday, perhaps the most attractive on paper of all the quarterfinals. Colombia, of course, the darlings, they always seem to produce the goods in Brazil, don't they? And then, of course, the holders, Chile. What do you expect to see?
Well, on paper, Colombia are favorites here. I really like what Carlos Queiroz is doing. Rested some players in their third group game. They were already qualified. Had already won the group, in fact, against Paraguay. I think that's going to make a difference. They've got some extremely gifted individuals. James Rodriguez has his swagger back. And they're taking on a Chile side that they may be the holders, but this team is looking older. Alexis Sanchez, he's still effective in bursts. They also rested some people in their final group game. That should help. But, to play, they haven't quite released themselves from the previous Jorge Sampaoli era. And to play that high-energy football takes a lot out of you. I don't know that they can quite do that. They're like I said, they're an older side now. They need to be a little more measured. I think Colombia have enough individual quality to get by.
Finally, Gab, on Saturday, a lot of people fancy Uruguay as potential winners of this tournament. They got perhaps the easier path of some of the heavyweights through the quarterfinals against a Peru side who just took a pounding at the hands of Brazil.
Yeah, Peru, of course, they still have those golden oldies, Jefferson Farfan and Paulo Guerrero. They still have Ricardo Gareca, who likes to put out a footballing side and hope for the best. And the problem is when you do that against Uruguay, there's so much talent on this Uruguay team, not just the front two, obviously Suarez and Cavani, but there's experience up and down the side in midfield. Bentancur, I think, is having a real impact in this tournament as well. Godin, of course, at the back. So you put the different pieces together, and I think you would have to go with Uruguay there. They're simply golf in class, and there's a reason that these guys are now second favorites.
For more, sign up now for ESPN Plus.